tonight. Here we go. Hi, fans. Rick Stewart along with my buddy Rhubarb Jones. Another hour of Southern Championship Wrestling on tap. What a TV main event we got, Rhubarb.
Oh, I'll tell you what. You know, the Mod Squad out here last week, Rick, made a lot of claims, made a lot of, you know, they made some demands, if you will. Well, I'll tell you what. They're going to get their shot tonight.
Southern Tag Team title match is our TV main event. It's going to be Tommy Rich and Joey Maggs defending the tag team titles against the challenge of the Mod Squad. Plus, Nick Busick returns to Southern Championship Wrestling. You're going to be seeing Mr. Wrestling number 2, MEB. A whole lot of great stars this hour.
It's going to be a great show. Stay with us right here on Southern Championship Wrestling from Georgia. Your first match from Las Vegas, Georgia, at 306 pounds, Jamie Kyle. And his opponent at 350 pounds from parts unknown, MEB.
A nasty-looking guy this MEB is. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, there ain't no need for this. You know what? Rhubarb, you's almost lunch, brother. Wait a minute.
I'm going to tell you something. This MEB, I think just anything that's warm that moves, he'll come after it.
Jamie Kyle's been blasting him with everything he's got. No effect on MEB. Look at that.
This man is a bona fide animal.
I didn't know he could get up in the air and kick like that. Whatever Ramah Brown's been teaching him, he's been teaching him quite well.
Rick Stewart, I've never seen anything quite like this MEB, and of course, with the coaching of Ramah Brown, there he goes, MEB using the chair, using whatever means possible. Jamie Kyle, this young wrestler coming in to Southern Championship Wrestling, originally from around the Chattanooga, Tennessee area, up around Rossville, Georgia, Las Vegas, Georgia. Really having a little bit of a tough indoctrination here into Southern Championship Wrestling at the hands of MEB. Oh, and MEB using that foot now on the neck of young Jamie Kyle. Ramah Brown taking delight in coaching this animal, MEB. Now look at this. Using a lot of pressure to the ropes on Jamie Kyle, and putting another one right to the top of the head of young Jamie Kyle. Oh, and now using the foot. People here on Southern Championship Wrestling this hour, you're going to see a great main event a little later on with the Mod Squad Spike and Basher going after Tommy Wildfire Rich. And a hot shot, Joey Maggs. Going to be a doozy. Plus somebody who hasn't been on with Southern Championship Wrestling in a few weeks. He's back. I don't know if he's been in the USSR or what, but we'll try to find out. Nick Busick will be wrestling against Tim Ashley. And at one time, they were tag team partners. Of course, we'll try to explain that, what that's all about a little later on. And there he goes, MEB. Down on Jamie Kyle, and that's it. Your winner, MEB, defeating young Jamie Kyle. We've got more fans coming up here on Southern Championship Wrestling from Georgia. Rhubarb Jones along with Rick Stewart. Stay with us. We've got more coming up right after this.
Personally, I learned about the disease and all the implications when my brother was diagnosed.
Let's introduce him from Chattanooga, Tennessee, Jim Boss. And his opponent at 240 pounds from Atlanta, Georgia, Pretty Boy Doug Summers.
All right, Doug Summers taking on Pretty Boy. Pretty boy Doug Summers taking on Jim Boss. Don't know where Mahide went there for a second. A little bit later this hour, Mr. Wrestler number 2 in action, of course. You see the return of Nick Busick in the big tag team title match between the Mod Squad, Tommy Rich, and Joey Maggs, the defending Southern Tag Team champions.
I'll tell you what, we had kind of a tense situation this time last week here on Southern Championship Wrestling with Tommy Rich and Joey Maggs and the Mod Squad. Spike and Basher out here making a lot of claims, a lot of challenges, and before we left the air, we had to clear with the commissioner that we were going to have this match tonight. It's going to be a doozy, I'll tell you that. All right, pretty boy Doug Summers working on Jim Boss, wrestler out of Chattanooga. Got to see him, our first opportunity to see him on Southern Championship Wrestling here last week.
Boss caught from behind by Doug Summers, and Summers is a master at distracting the referee. He can turn your attention around probably quicker than anybody I've ever seen in my life.
Well, pretty boy Summers is, Doug Summers is quite a competitor, and he knows how to win. He's won a number of belts over the years. Rick, you've seen him wrestle, I guess, in Kansas City. You've seen him all over America.
One half of, I think, probably the pinnacle of his career was when he was half of the AWA World Tag Team Champion, and held on to that for quite some time.
He's putting a great deal of pressure on the wrist and on the elbow of Jim Boss.
He's getting there behind the referee's back and separating the fingers. I don't know if you've ever tried that on anybody at home, but it can be very painful, and it is illegal. When you got somebody in a wrist lock, you got to keep all the fingers together. You're not allowed to separate. Twist them. Hang on, look at this. Whoa! Jim Boss just blasting away on Doug Summers. Summers going into a clinch, trying to save his life. Boss hit him about 5 or 6 really good shots.
Well, Jim Boss, one of the, I guess, I don't know, you'd call him one of the young lions here on Southern Championship Wrestling. And Rick, if I don't know if you've got an update on the condition of Steve Pritchard. You know, we saw him last week. He was on crutches. We don't know when he's going to be back in the ring, do we?
No, sure don't, but hopefully it'll be within the next 2 to 3 weeks. That's what his doctor said. And until that time, of course, Joey Maggs will be defending his half of the Tag Team Championship. And we'll see that team put to the test today. A very serious challenge getting mounted against them by the Mod Squad.
Well, a little later on this hour, we're going to get to see Wrestling 2 going against Firewalker number 1. Of course, we saw the Firewalkers last week out of the Yosemite National Forest. We don't know how they got that name, but I will tell you this. If you'll check your research over the past summer of 1988, there have been a number of intentionally set forest fires in the Yosemite National Forest. I'm not making any claims, no accusations.
What are you trying to say here, Rhubarb?
I'm just kind of curious of how they got that name, the Firewalker.
One of their tactics, I wouldn't doubt it. Doug Summers taking time out on the floor to collect his wits, try to get his thing back together. Jim Boss certainly mounting a pretty good match up there against Doug Summers.
He really is. He's out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and of course there are a lot of great wrestling fans up in the Chattanooga area.
Who watch us every week, by the way.
Absolutely, and we appreciate it so much. Whoa!
Full body slam.
What a body slam that was. Oh, my goodness.
Summers dropping the knee across the throat. Summers very methodical about, I don't want to say his work, but
that knee to the throat.
Professional wrestling, that's exactly what it is. He goes about his job in a most methodical and orderly way. You don't see Doug Summers rushing ahead in a match. He takes his time, picks his spots, picks his holds, and tries to get the most amount of damage done with the least amount or waste of effort possible.
Yeah, he likes to get it done by any means possible. And of course, you talking Doug Pretty Boy Summers, I won't take anything away from him. He's got many years experience in the ring.
Yeah, some of the things he does leaves a little bit to be desired. Jim Boss fighting up off his knees. That big club in left hand backed Doug Summers right up.
Kaboom! Whoa! Using that knee, see that knee went right across the forehead. Does it again. Rick Stewart, I'll tell you what, this Jim Boss, this guy,
he's really exploded on Doug Summers. Boss was in a predicament most all the match. He's turned this thing around, and now on the offensive. Oh, man. Here's again what you were talking about earlier in the match, the experience of Doug Summers.
That's that experience coming through right there. If he was able to use that leg.
He may have inadvertently, belly to back suplex. He may have inadvertently telegraphed his next move. Summers saw it coming and cut him right off.
I'll tell you what, Doug Pretty Boy Summers, we have seen him over the past number of months here on Southern Championship Wrestling. And I'll tell you what, you talk about, I don't like the guy at all, but I'll tell you, he knows how to handle himself in that ring.
Yeah, he does. You got to give him credit. Summers, right hand that just rocks Jim Boss back. Summers throws those quick, short, hard punches. You can't see him coming. They just come up from out of nowhere. And he makes sure his guy is good and set up for him. Whoa. You see the way Doug Summers kept his cool against the onslaught of Jim Boss there. And even though the move he used to stop Boss was illegal, it certainly was effective.
You know, Rick Stewart, if I could say something, I've seen guys, and I admire Tommy Wildfire Rich a lot. I've seen him lose his temper in that ring and really explode. Of course, that's how I got the name Wildfire. But I've never seen Doug Summers ever lose his composure in the ring.
He got him. Vertical suplex and a win for Pretty Boy Doug Summers. We'll be back with more Southern Championship Wrestling right after this. You stick around.
Hungry this morning?
You bet.
Good, because to stack up to the vitamins in one bowl of total, it takes almost 3 bowls of Special K.
Kenny seems to be having the breath squished out of him. Up!
Ray cocked him a couple times with that big right. Ray Candy can put some power behind those punches. When you're 350, it's easy to do, you know.
Going for it again.
No slam. Ray Candy blocking the slam. Well, MEB now opening up with a choke on Candy along the ropes. Whoever Ramah Brown found this guy, he found a definite basket case in MEB.
Man seems to be absolutely possessed, and I'll tell you what, the referee, Wolfman, it would behoove him to stay from in between those two right there. Whoa!
Double thrust from MEB. Apparently MEB a little confused.
He's got to have that body slam to win the match. Ray Candy. Well, we're going to get to see Steve the Brawler Lawler coming up in just a bit here on Southern Championship Wrestling. Let's see if he's just as good on the inside of the ring as he is on the outside of the ring. Ray Candy seems to be struggling just for breath. Like a... Can you imagine just the pure strength of either one of those individuals having to raise 350 pounds of body slam? What? Oh, my goodness. Oh! Can you body slam yourself, gentlemen, by disqualification, Ray Candy, your winner.
Anyway, Les, Lori and I have built a nuclear device. And we're going to murder all the newsmen in Cincinnati before we use it. So you two have...
Ladies and gentlemen, in your next match, introducing from Yosemite National Forest, Firewalker number 1. And his opponent from parts unknown at 232 pounds, Mr. Wrestling number 2.
All right, a battle between the masked men on Southern Championship Wrestling as wrestling number 2 takes on the Firewalker number 1. Looking forward to seeing Southern Tag Team title match still to come. The Mod Squad against Tommy Rich and Hotshot Joey Maggs. Plus, we're going to see Tim Ashley and Nick Busick, all still this hour on Southern Championship Wrestling.
You know, Tim Ashley and Nick Busick used to be friends. I think they, you know, before Nick Busick went off the deep end and renounced his American citizenship, he was in law enforcement. And at one time, Nick Busick and Tim Ashley wrestled at tag team partners as a group called the Centurions. Nick Busick kind of went off the deep end, renounced his American citizenship. Tim Ashley is back, and he's got a score to settle with his former tag team partner.
Got a chance to see Tim quite a bit a couple of years ago. Teamed with another young man by the name of Steve Constance, and they were a pretty good team, pretty successful team. They toured all throughout the South before going their eventual ways. It'd be a pleasure to see Tim in action again after a couple of years since I've seen him.
Rick, I've been watching you on television. I remember when I was in Montgomery, Alabama, back about 8 or 9 years ago. I used to watch you in central South Alabama, northwest Florida, out of Birmingham. Used to watch you. You've been to Kansas City. You got to admit, pal, that the finest wrestling fans anywhere right here in the great state of Georgia.
Better believe it, brother. They're good people, and they love their wrestling here, too.
Guaranteed.
Wrestling 2 caught a hard right hand from the Firewalker. Looked like it might have shook 2 up a little bit. He's on his bicycle, backpedaling, ducks underneath his man. Yeah, cobwebs are gone. 2's ready.
What a lick. You can hear that pop all the way here. My goodness. Firewalker number 1, the Battle of the Masked Men. Firewalker number 1, and the legendary Mr. Wrestling number 2.
Hip lock takedown from 2. He's got the advantage on this. The Firewalker trying to turn him over to a pin combination. The referee breaks that up. I want to take an opportunity to say 2 happy birthdays. A friend of mine's 2 kids are having their birthdays a couple weeks apart. This may be a little late, but happy birthday to Randy and George. They're good kids. They're
happy birthday to Randy and George, eh?
Fixing to hit Mom and Dad for a car here in a year or 2.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rick, the people that have been calling Y106 on Southern Championship Wrestling have commented to me about what a splendid job you've done since coming into the Southern Championship area. And I know you did a great job, you know, when you were in Birmingham and Kansas City, down in the Panhandle of Florida. And I'll tell you what, there are a lot of great wrestling fans, a lot of great wrestlers come out of the great Panhandle up in northwest Florida. And we're just glad to have you here in the Georgia Championship area, my friend. Just wanted to relay that to you. You've done a splendid job.
I enjoy it, believe me. Believe me.
Of course, the big tag team, the big main event between Spike and Baxter, the Mod Squad, and Tommy Rich and Joey Maggs. That's going to be a doozy. Don't y'all dare go away.
Firewalker taking over now, Mr. Wrestling number 2.
Once that elbow to count.
It takes a little more than that to put Mr. Wrestling number 2 down, though.
As we've said before on this program, you better bring your dinner bucket when you're going to defeat the legendary Mr. Wrestling number 2. trying to get some kind of leverage here or something.
The referee's down there. He might be checking for a choke, or maybe the Firewalker might have had a handful of wrestling two's mask. He may know better than that, because over the years that I've had opportunity to watch wrestling two, you touch that mask and you're just in trouble.
It's something very, very sacred and holy to wrestle to. You don't mess with a mask. Of course, Firewalker, part of the Firewalkers tag team outfit, I understand that they've had quite a successful tour, particularly out in the northwestern part of our country, out in Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. Yes, indeed. Whoa!
I bet our friend the Firewalker may wish he was walking on a hotbed of coals right now instead of in the ring with
Well, I guarantee I'd probably rather walk on hot coals than to get that $1 million knee.
Two's circling his man. He's poised. Oh, boy. Right on the money, Rhubarb. That's it. After that knee, pinfall's just a mere formality. We got a lot more great wrestling action coming up, fans. You stick with us. Southern Championship Wrestling's right back after this.
Some things are meant to be together. Like the golden honey and graham cracker taste of golden grahams.
So happy together. That golden honey and graham cracker taste of golden graham.
Introducing from Louisville, Kentucky, Tim Ashley. And his opponent, formerly of the United States of America, now claiming citizenship in the Soviet Union, Nick Busick.
Nick Busick getting on Rhubarb a little bit, wanting to be introduced as Comrade Nick Busick.
Not me, pal. No, sir. No, sir, not me.
Find somebody else for that gig.
No, not me. You know, now these two opponents at one time were partners. They wrestled together as the Centurions. I don't know what happened to Nick Busick. He renounced his American citizenship for, quote, Mother Russia. Tim Ashley's in here. Rick, he told me... He said he's here. He's got a score to settle with his former partner.
Busick came over here and was shouting at us that he doesn't have to listen to this, USA, USA. What Mr. Busick forgets is these people pay their money to get in here and they can say anything they want.
Well, absolutely, and the fans here at Henderson, I'll tell you, you know, wherever Southern Championship Wrestling, if it comes to your area, fans, come out to see it. You watch it on television, and we appreciate you watching it on TV, but come out and see it live sometime. This is going to be an interesting match right here. Nick Busick, the hothead.
By the way, speaking of coming out to see wrestling, the number one question is, Rick Stewart, where's Rhubarb Jones? So you got to get out there. Come to me with a couple of these pounds.
I've got to come up to the auction barn up in Alpharetta. I'll tell you what, wherever the fans up in Rome, in Gainesville, we definitely
They
have
like
to go.
you in Athens too.
We're going to have to go
like
there.
you in Athens.
All right. All right. Tim Ashley and Nick Busick locking it up there. Look at this. You know, Nick Busick, at one time, back when he was claiming American citizenship in the Law Enforcement Olympics when he was a police officer, won the gold medal in powerlifting. Now, I want you to look at that upper body strength.
From what I understand, he's still active in powerlifting competition. But certainly, one look at him, you can tell this is a strong guy. No matter what his political beliefs, as bizarre off the wall as they are, hang on, what's this?
Body slam. not a physical match so far from Tim Ashley out of Louisville, Kentucky, and Nick Busick.
Ashley hanging on to that long arm bar. Don't forget, fans, just a couple of minutes away, that tag team title match between the Mod Squad, Basher and Spike, and Tommy Wildfire Rich, along with his partner, Hotshot Joey Maggs. It's our TV main event. Just a couple of minutes away. Ashley continuing to hold on to that long arm bar on comrade Nick.
Whoa.
Who would possess a guy to do something like that, Rhubarb?
I don't know. You know, Nick Busick went off the deep end some time ago. We haven't seen him in a while, and I don't know if I thought, well, maybe he'd settle down a bit. No. He seems to be just as mean and just as cantankerous and just as nasty as ever.
Busick rolling back to his base. Ashley hanging on to that long arm bar. And Nick Busick, an extremely powerful man.
Well, I've heard all kinds of reports about how much he can power lift.
It's pretty legitimate, too, brother. He can do what they say he can do, believe me.
If you would just look at that upper body, look at those biceps, look at the shoulders, look at the chest of Nick Busick. And he's got gold medals to prove it.
Ashley working on the left arm of Nick Busick. He's kept it tied up now for a couple of minutes.
Now this is what Busick likes best, inflicting pain. This is his thing right here.
He certainly has all the physical tools to do it. Cranking down on the arm of Tim Ashley.
And it's hard to believe that at one time these two wrestled together as the Centurions before Nick Busick went off the deep end with this Russian thing, this fascination with the Soviet Union.
Well, I can think of other things that be a lot more fascinating than the ways and means of the Soviet Union, huh?
What a nasty guy. But I'll tell you what, I know that Gorbachev and Mr. Reagan have done a lot to try to improve Soviet-American relations, but I'll tell you what, Nick Busick has set it back 30 years.
Yeah, right back to the 1950s.
Boy, I'll tell you what. At one time, what really angered me back in, I think it was February or March, he handed me a book about Joseph Stalin. He told me I should read it to become enlightened.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nick, you can keep that for your library.
Yeah. The fans and some of the people here at ringside are complaining to the referee about some of the tactics of Nick Busick. And I'll agree with them. They are questionable at best.
You know, we never have really kind of figured out. We've seen him, something about this glove of his. Does he load that glove? I don't
know. He's got it in every match. Every match that I've had the opportunity to see him in. Ashley using his head, coming out on top in a test of strength. Takes a lot of guts to get in a test of strength with a guy as powerful as Nick Busick.
Well, Nick Busick, let's not take anything away from him. He is tremendously gifted in the strength department. The man's a power lifter. He works out like almost daily. This is a conditioned athlete.
He won't be gripping on him much.
No. It's going to be hard to power lift with sore fingers and a sore hand.
Busick taking time out on the floor. The referee's called an count, and you got to pay attention to that. In the last couple of weeks, we've seen a couple of guys counted outside the ring, but now watching that count. Busick and Ashley are very wary around each other. You notice that it must come from being partners for so long.
They know one another's moves. Nick Busick loves to use that boot.
Hang on. Ashley outside. Nick Busick right behind him. Busick comes off. He's down here on the floor. Right into the table. Wait a minute. Busick jumping our table. Rhubarb and I were on.
Rick, would you just look at this?
The time rapidly running out in this match. Just about 1 minute to go in this event.
Okay. I'll tell you what, Rick Stewart.
Everything trying to get back in order here at the TV desk. There's mic stands, bells everywhere.
Him actually working on Nick Busick. Don't forget about that big tag team match coming up, and that's it.
That's the time. The time limit on this match is expired, and Ashley doesn't want to let him go.
No. Going for that sleeper. Oh.
It's a draw. Ashley's got him down. Fans, our TV main event's next. Tag team title, the Mod Squad takes on Tommy Rich and Steve Pritchard for the, Tommy Rich and Hotshot Joey Maggs for the titles next.
Team title match here on Southern Championship Wrestling. Introducing, with a combined weight of 525 pounds, from New Orleans, Louisiana, Spike and Basher, the Mod Squad. Introducing their opponents from Baltimore, Maryland, Hotshot Joey Maggs. And his partner from Atlanta, Georgia, Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Squad's been squawking about for the last 4 weeks.
They begged for it.
The chance of the tag team title is what they wanted, is what they got. And now it remains to be seen whether they can handle what they're fixing to get.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're about, Spike and Basher are about to get into a little altercation with a pair of circular saws. Tommy Rich and Joey Maggs.
All right, championship belts here with us at the desk, and we are set. Got to be a lot of pressure on both of these teams. Mod Squad knows it's do or die for them.
It's put up or shut up time.
Yep, Tommy Rich was a relatively new partner, but of all the people I could think about that Tommy could have picked to replace Steve Pritchard on the championship team, Joey Maggs, an excellent choice. I think he did the right thing with Joey.
I think he did it was a very wise choice, and I tell you what, Joey Maggs is, he was telling me what a privilege it is to wrestle with a pro like Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Well, I know he's excited. This is his first championship. First opportunity to strap that big belt around your waist has got to be a great feeling.
That's got to be a wonderful feeling, and I'll tell you what, with this title on the line, this is going to be a great match. This venue right here could play at any Coliseum anywhere in the United States or Canada.
Mod Squad, of course, the former Florida Tag Team Champions, former Central States Tag Team Champions.
Whoa!
Look at this, man. Hey,
Whoa.
hey.
Spike.
Mod Squatters. Well, it ain't over yet, pal.
No, pal, the bell ain't rung yet.
Tying up again, collar and elbow. Tommy Rich coming up with an arm drag. Oh, wait a minute.
Complaining. Why nudge to the referee. Can you believe this?
You gotta be kidding.
Come on, Spike. Wake up, smell of coffee, pal. Come on.
I don't know, the squad are masters of psychological warfare. This could be part of their game plan. You never know with guys like the Mod Squad.
Well, you know, all these bold claims they were making last week on Southern Championship Wrestling, as we said, it's put up or shut up. They've got a lot at stake here. Tommy Rich, that headlock there. Spike, this guy just loves to inflict pain. I want you to look, if we could get a shot of this guy's face.
Whoop. Tommy Rich setting his man into the rope. Whoa. Caught with a shoulder tackle from Spike. This time, Rich there with a slam.
Hello, Baxter.
Joey Maggs in some licks of his own. The champs have cleared the ring, and the Mod Squad's looking for the win.
Tommy Rich is definitely fired up. Saying, come on back in.
The Mod Squad taking time out on the floor, trying to collect their wits. Southern Tag Team Championships on the line this hour on Southern Championship Wrestling.
You know, hot shot. Joey Maggs hadn't been in the ring yet. I think maybe Tommy wants to settle this himself.
A lot of feelings, especially when I found out that apparently it was the Mod Squad that did the job on Steve Pritchard and busted up his knee.
Well, the tensions have run high. Oh, look at this. Basher getting a taste of his own medicine from Tommy Wildfire Rich. Hotshot Joey Maggs in the ring now. Oh, look at this. Kind of a wrist lock on the Basher of the Mod Squad. Putting that pressure on the shoulder of the Basher. You know, Rick, you and I really haven't discussed the reason the Mod Squad left New Orleans. Is it one of those things where they really kind of had to?
I believe it was a middle of the night kind of operation, you know.
One of those things.
You go home, you pack your stuff in the car as fast as you can, and you're gone out of town. Whoa! Joey Maggs is right there with a drop kick, sets his man for an arm drag. And anybody that thought that these champions weren't up to snuff are very, very wrong.
Well, Rick Stewart, there's a lot on the line here on Southern Championship Wrestling. This title means a lot.
Means money, means prestige,
pride and honor.
Better believe it, but you know, since this is professional wrestling, that money's got a lot to do with it, especially to a couple of guys like the Mod Squad. They'd love to get their hands on those championship paychecks, as well as the championship titles.
Mod Squad, I understand, have got very expensive tastes in a lot of things. Automobiles, jewelry, ladies. Oh, I didn't say that, did I, Rick?
Expensive ladies?
Okay. No, I didn't say that. No, I never said that.
Sounds, never mind.
No, none.
Faux pas there. Freudian
Sorry,
slip,
flipping. Yeah.
And iron by the tag of Wildfire. And Maggs and Rich starting to put some of that teamwork together.
The Basher's had all that he could stand.
You know, for a team that's been out here hollering for a title match for the last 4 weeks, these guys sure are spending a lot of time on the floor.
Well, I'll tell you what, they were making some mighty, mighty bold statements last week on Southern Championship Wrestling about what they were going to do.
Well, their reputations speak for themselves, and they've got all the credentials to back it up.
Well, I'll tell you what, this Spike, look at this guy. Whoa.
He doesn't know which way to go.
I'll tell you what, Tommy, I haven't seen him quite this lively in a long time. You know, last week I thought that they were just going to go ahead and just get it over with last week. He's hang on. Think about this. Look at that.
Tommy got himself out of a potentially nasty situation. The Mod Squad don't quite know what to think, huh?
Tommy over there conferring with Joey Maggs. They seem to be wrestling very well together. Of course, Tommy wanted to settle that score not only about the bold statement they were making last week, but he remembers what Spike and the Basher did to Steve Pritchard.
Now, along that same line, Rhubarb, is we've got to give the Mod Squad a little bit of an edge. I mean, they are an established team. They've been together 6, 7 years. But then again, maybe not.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know, Steve Pritchard, if you're watching, you can see your dear friend Tommy Wildfire Rich is trying to even that score. Look at him. Oh, look at him. Look at him.
A good old American right hand to the jaw sometimes works out very, very well.
I'll tell you what, the young man originally from Nashville he's doing his thing.
Collar and elbow. Basher got those fingers right in the eyes of Tommy Rich. Face first in the turnbuckle, and now the Mod Squad starting to open up their bag of dirty tricks on Tommy Rich.
Look at that. Using the boot. We've seen him do that before.
They're a brutal combination, man.
Whoa, spike
the upper hand.
Look at it, raking across the eyes.
When the Mod Squad gets the upper hand, they do not hesitate for a minute to take advantage, trying to hang Tommy Rich to that top rope.
Joey Maggs kind of getting Hotshot trying to get a little cheering section going in. Now he's trying to get in the ring. Look at this. Out.
Throttle and wildfire Tommy Rich. Now the Mod Squad going headhunting on the tag team champion.
I'll tell you what, these guys love dishing out that punishment. Look at them.
Tommy trying to clear his head, trying to get over there into the corner. Needs to make that tag with Joey Maggs in a worse way.
Whoa! Putting it to the Basher. Tommy Rich, you got.
Squad made the tag.
Oh, my goodness. Spike using that size 14 boot. That's a leather boot, ladies and gentlemen. That thing is not made out of foam rubber. That is a leather, hard leather.
Those big motorcycle boots they wear can do some damage too, brother.
Whoa! Headbutt to the midsection.
But now look at the teamwork of the Mod Squad. Instead of letting go, Spike hung on to that leg so his partner could come in and get another lick in on him. Tommy's trying to make that corner.
Joey Maggs. Whoa!
Tommy right there we go. That's my boy. Hotshot Joey Maggs, absolutely. Like a tornado in there. Joey Maggs, now the legal man of the ring. Tommy Wildfire Rich. That's a both man. Maggs and Rich open it up on the Mod Squad. Tommy drives in an elbow. Joey drives in an elbow. They got him rolling now.
They got it. Wanting to defend that title. Mod Squad made some mighty bold claims last week. And down goes Tommy Rich. Now, wait a minute. Now, look at this.
The referee's down.
Oh, my goodness.
Basher drops off the top
Oh, my
rope.
goodness.
One of the Mod Squad going to the referee. Hang on. Wait a minute.
Two folks claiming victory.
We had two guys, shoulders down.
Hold the line.
Referee shaking it off. Referee is up. The Mod Squad's got their arms up in the air. Rich and Mags have got their arms up in the air. The referee is in a pause stand. I don't think he quite knows just exactly what was what. He made the count, but who did he count? Hang on.
Wait a minute.
From the back, Ranger Ross is in the ring right now. Ranger Ross is in trying to explain to the referee just exactly what happened. Fans, we got a situation here. I quite don't know what to say. We're out of time on Southern Championship Wrestling, but I'll tell you one thing. Make sure you're here 1 week from today. Next week on Southern Championship Wrestling, we will have the outcome of this match. Better believe it. We'll see you next week. For Rhubarb and myself, 1 week, we'll have some answers.
Hey, do you want to fight?